Brad Williams, Frugal Finance. Let's talk a little more about forward contracts. And this is just a generalization, basically a takeoff from that arbitrage example in the previous session. A forward contract is like making a deal to buy something at a fixed price in the future. Let's say you agree to buy a rare comic book from a friend in 6 months for $50, no matter what. Now, if the price of that comic book goes up in the market before those 6 months, you're getting a good deal because you locked in a lower rate. In more general terms, imagine you're dealing with an investment like a bond, which is a fancy IOU. The forward price is the agreed upon price to buy or sell that bond in the future. If the forward price is higher than what you expect the bond to be worth in the future, you could sell the bond now and make a profit by buying it back at a lower price. But if the forward price is lower than what you expect, you could buy the bond now and make money by selling it later at a higher price. Think about that. If the forward price is lower, the forward price, you could buy the bond, you buy the forward price because it's lower. Now you would buy it. You could buy the bond and now make money by selling it. So in your example, you're looking at a forward contract to buy a bond in 4 months. All right, this is 4 months in the future, but the bond doesn't mature or pay out until 1 year from now. So think about that. You're buying a forward. It goes into effect in 4 months. What's the cost of that thing today for a bond that you're going to buy in 4 months? That's really what this session's all about. Forget this arbitrage stuff. We don't want to get too complex here. The bond doesn't mature or pay out until a year from now. We know there's an 8-month life, but all we want to know now is what's this going to cost if we buy it today and then take control of it in 4 months. The current price of the bond is $9.30. The current price, think about that. And the interest rate for the 4 month is 6%. Using a fancy formula, you can calculate that the agreed upon forward price for the bond in 4 months is $9.48. You're going to buy that comic books, but you're not going to be able to get it for 6 months. Basically, you're saying, I'm buying this bond and you're going to deliver it to me in 4 months. And I'm going to give you $948.79. You have a reference. This is the price you're locking in today for buying the bond later. What happens? Well, you have a price here. Your long price. Your concern is, what if interest rates go up? You're not betting that. You're long. Interest rates go up. What happens to your price? It's going to drop. If interest rates drop, what's going to happen to this price? It's going to increase. You're not hedging. You're not playing any other game here. You're betting that interest rates are going to drop and this price over this period is going to change. Your crystal ball saying somewhere within the next 4 months, we think interest rates are going to drop. And if so, what do? Well, then you can play the game here. In this example, we look at forward contracts on an asset with price SO. Remember SO. That generates no income using the general notation where T is the time, the maturity, R is the risk-free rate, and F is the forward price. The relationship between forward and current price is F of O is equal to the price times the continuous compounding rate. What we're looking at, if the forward price, and I said if this 948 goes up, is greater than the net 4050, is greater than SO continuous compounding, arbitragers can buy the asset, they buy the bond, and short the forward contract. You're buying the asset, so you're buying the bond, and you're shorting the forward contract, this 948.79. If F of O is less than S of O, this price, they can short the asset and enter into a long contract on it. So they can short the asset and enter into a long contract. In our example, SO is equal to 40, R is equal to 0.5, and T is equal to 2.5. We're looking at F of O, which is 40.50. And if F of O happens to be $42 is greater than S of O times EXP, then you can arbitrage that. In our example, 40 O is equal to 40.50. Based on our previous calculation, let's delve into a scenario involving a forward contract spanning 4 months to purchase a zero coupon bond set to mature in 1 year from now. Essentially, when the forward contract matures, the bond will have 8 months left until maturity. At present, the bond is priced at 9.30. Given a continuous compounding risk-free rate of interest at 6% over the 4-month period, we can use the formula F of O equals S of O times EXPR times T, where T is equal 4 divided by 12. Substituting these values, the forward price is determined as follows. We took this 40/50. We were solving for F, and now we're solving for SO. And now we're looking for the price. Your job will be to, and if you do this day in and day out, you're going to recognize this, how it changes with interest rates. If they're out of sync, then you can play either A, you can do this if forwards are greater than S, you can play this game, or if F is less than an S, then you can play the other game. I know my explanations probably suck, but I think you can see it. I think you can visualize the message I'm trying to get across about arbitrage situation. This is going to be a live situation. Has to be. This clearly has to be live. You have to, this price right here, 9.30 and 40.50, they have to be in sync, and that's not a big deal. Brad Williams, Frugal Finance.